So, we're all caught up in this AI revolution, right? It feels like this unstoppable digital wildfire, all powered by brilliant software and super fast chips. But what if that fire is about to hit a wall? What if the biggest threat to AI isn't digital at all, but something very old, very heavy, and very real? Let's get into it.
Yeah, everyone's obsessed with the silicon, the fancy GPUs that are the brains behind AI. But the real story, the thing that could bring this whole boom to a screeching halt, isn't a chip. It's much simpler. It's a big, boring metal box that is quietly holding the entire future of AI hostage. And get a load of this number, $650 billion. That's the staggering amount of money that giants like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are committed to spending on AI infrastructure this year alone. They are buying chips and building data centers like there's no tomorrow. But, and it's a big but, there's a problem.
Right. Even with that mountain of cash, nearly half of all the planned AI data centers are getting stopped in their tracks. They're being delayed or just flat out canceled. So what's going on? It's not a lack of money, and it's not a chip shortage. It's something way more basic.
Okay, so what is this mystery bottleneck? Well, it's not silicon, it's steel. We're talking about a piece of industrial hardware that's been around for over a century, but it has suddenly become the single biggest roadblock to our digital future. It's called a large power transformer, and here's the deal. Every single data center has to have one. See, the power that comes from the grid is way too high voltage. It would fry everything. These transformers are like the crucial gatekeepers that step that power down to a level the servers can actually use. Without them, you get no power, period.
And that's really the bottom line here. You could have a building stuffed with the most powerful, most expensive AI chips in the world, but without a transformer feeding them electricity, they are just very, very expensive paperweights. Nothing runs.
So you're probably thinking, okay, just order more transformers, right? If only it were that simple. This is where we crash right into this huge, and I mean huge, mismatch in the supply chain that's grinding these billion-dollar projects to a halt. Just look at this timeline. It's kind of nuts. You can get your hands on a shipping container full of cutting-edge GPUs in a matter of months. But one of these transformers, the wait used to be about 2 years, which was already long. Today, you're looking at 3 to 5 years. That gap is absolutely killing the AI rollout. And it's not just the wait. The prices have just gone through the roof. A transformer that cost around $500,000 just 4 years ago, now it's well over $1 million. And that's if you can even get a spot in line to buy one. The demand is just completely outstripping the supply.
So why is this happening? To really get it, you have to follow the supply chain all the way up to the very, very beginning. What you find is a bottleneck inside of another bottleneck. And it all comes down to one single, highly specialized material.
Okay, so every one of these big, efficient transformers is made from something called grain-oriented electrical steel. Now, this is not your everyday steel. It is engineered at a microscopic level, with all the little metal crystals pointing in the same direction. It's what makes the transformers so efficient. It's the secret sauce, and there is literally no substitute for it. And here's the real kicker. In the entire United States, guess how many companies produce this absolutely critical steel? One. Just one company, Cleveland-Cliffs. That means a single supplier is the foundation for our entire power grid, for the EV rollout, and now for the whole AI boom. You can see how this creates an incredibly fragile system, right? It starts with that one company making the special steel. That steel then goes to the very few factories that can build these multi-ton transformers, and only then can the power flow to the AI data centers. A problem at step one, and the whole chain just grinds to a halt.
And to make matters even worse, it's not like the AI data centers are the only ones in line. They've just jumped into a massive competition for these exact same transformers, and they're up against some other huge national priorities. It's basically a four-way brawl for these things. You've got the AI data centers, which are unbelievably power-hungry. You've got the nationwide push for EV charging stations. You've got all the new renewable energy projects like wind and solar farms. And on top of all of that, we have to upgrade our own aging electrical grid. They all need the exact same hardware, and there just isn't enough to go around. And the pressure just keeps building.
Demand for these transformers has more than doubled since 2019. Meanwhile, the average transformer on our national grid is 38 years old, ticking right up to its 40-year life expectancy. And oh, by the way, even if you magically get a transformer, just getting the permits to connect it to the grid can take another 2 to 4 years. And this brings us to the most important point of all. This isn't a problem you can just throw money at. That $650 billion can't magically speed up the physics of how steel is made. It can't instantly build new factories that make things the size of a small bus. This is a physical, industrial problem, not a financial one. So what's the result of all of this? Here's the sobering reality. Right now, only about 1/3 of all the planned AI data center capacity is actually being built. The other 2/3, worth hundreds of billions of dollars in investment, is just stuck in limbo, all waiting on a simple metal box. So this all leaves us with one fundamental question. The AI revolution is here, and it's moving at the speed of light. But it is 100% dependent on a physical world of steel, copper, and concrete, a world that moves much, much slower. The future of AI might not be decided by an algorithm, but by whether we can build the heavy stuff that actually powers it.